Hi Bassoonists, it's Tristen again. Today we're going to work on a very important aspect of our technique as bassoonists, and that would be half holding. So when moving up the scale on bassoon, we start in our low F, and we move up chromatically. F sharp is G flat, G, G sharp, A flat, and up so on. We come to F in the middle of our staff. And this is the F that we talked about in our last video, which is the second line from the top. Now, what happens when we want to move higher than that? How do we change our fingerings? Because if you're playing your low G, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, how do you get that octave up to come out? Well, on bassoons, we have a neat trick where we slide our first finger on our left hand down ever so slightly, and will leak air from that first hole. And that will help us get up that next octave. You've probably had this happen to you if you didn't cover all your holes correctly, or blew really hard in the low octave of your instrument. You might get a crack, and that crack is that next octave. So here we have low F sharp to low A flat. Now when we play B, C, D, E, F, F sharp, this is the first note we'll have to half hold. It's going to be the same fingering as low F sharp with a half hold. The same thing for G is the low fingering for G, and we're going to half hold the first finger on the left hand. A flat, you guessed it, will be the exact same. Now, something that we do to help even out the tone of that low G when we're going up the octave is we'll add the pinky, the top pinky, on the left hand. We call this the resonance key. This is going to help that, octave G speak a little bit more clearly. Now here are the fingerings for all of your half whole notes on the bassoon in this register. Now for our low F, or for our F sharp, you're going to have a half hole, left hand 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 in the right hand. And now you can either use both pinky keys on top on your right hand, or you can use the thumb key. We find usually the thumb key is more effective, but the pinky is a good substitute. For G, again, it's the same. Half hole in the first finger of the left hand, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We add the resonance key on this note just to help with the tuning. And then for your G sharp and A flat, it's half hole, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3 in the right hand. And you can either use the bottom pinky on your right hand. This is the ideal fingering. Or there's another thumb key below the G flat key or F sharp key. You can use either one if you like. Here's a helpful tip for learning to play these notes more effectively, is we call these notes half whole notes, because you're splitting the key or the hole in half and letting the air out. In reality, each note has a different amount of hole that needs to speak. Now, your G, right in the middle, is basically a half hole. You're going to cover the bottom half of the hole with your finger, and the other half is going to vent air. Now, G sharp and A flat is going to need more of the hole covered. Only a tiny sliver should be coming out of the top, like a 3/4 of the hole is closed. Now, with F sharp and G flat, it's a little bit more. So you're only going to cover the bottom quarter or so, a third maybe, and then 2/3 of the hole is going to be open. This will definitely help you in your half hole technique.